we are back with another song by Eminem and Royce the 5'9",
Yes,
right?
Bad Meets Evil.
Okay. Which one are we doing today?
So today we're doing Fast Lane.
I think I know this.
You will. This was the lead single off the album. I was about to say it's the biggest song, but it's not. The one with Bruno Mars is even bigger, Lighters. But yeah, there's a music video for this. This was a very popular song.
Okay.
I do remember this was all over the radio at the time. I was still listening to
Oh,
the
yeah.
radio then. So yeah, it's a really good song. It's like I was saying yesterday, we did Welcome to Hell, that even these songs that are like, the hits, they're actually pretty complex. I mean, it's not as crazy as the first one, but it's still a lot. And I do believe there's even a handful of lines that I don't completely get in this, so it'll be fun trying to figure it out.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, we'll
So we
listen
will give it a shot.
all that.
And this video is sponsored by Carnivore Snacks. It is one of my absolute favorite snacks and my favorite meat snack ever. These are the bison sliders. They're new. And they also have new lamb shoulder. They have a new Wagyu line. They're coming out with new stuff all the time. So you should definitely check them out. I'll show you what they look like. My dog heard the bag open. Oh, God. Okay, I don't want her to see it. That's what they look like. They're little, meat potato chips. Over here, those are like the fat, and then you can see the salt on here too. They're really delicious. They're like I just said, they're like eating meat potato chips. Absolutely amazing. They're Joe Rogan's favorite snack, as you can see right there. And if you haven't tried it yet, you really, really, really should. You don't know what you're missing. You can use our coupon code WithSmith, and you will save 15% off your first purchase. And the link is in the description below. We're also sponsored by SeatGeek, which is a great website to buy tickets for, whether it be tickets for like comedians or concerts or sporting events. You can't go wrong. They have everything and anything you could possibly imagine and a bunch of stuff in your area. I guarantee it. So you can use our coupon code WithSmith for $20 off your first purchase, and the link is in the description below. And follow us on social media channels if you would like to. And that's it.
So I didn't really look at I didn't look through this video to see if the lyrics were accurate or not, so we'll see.
Hopefully.
Yes. All right. Here we go. Fast Lane.
First verse, I'm armed till I'm on an island. My life's riding on an autobahn, on autopilot. Before I touch dirt or kill y'all with kindness, I kill ya. My natural persona is much worse. You've been warned if you've been born or if you conform. Slap up a cop and then snatch him out of his uniform. Leave him with his socks, hard bottoms, and bloomers on. And hanging by his balls from the horn of a unicorn. Y'all niggas intellect mad slow, y'all fags know. Claiming you banging, you flaming. Bet you can light your own cigarette with your asshole. Me and Shady dead at the past, so that basically resurrected my cash flow. I might rap tight as the snatch of a fat dyke, though I ain't rap tight. My blood type's the 80s, my 90s was like the Navy, you was like the Brady's. You still fly kites daily.
Catch me in my Mercedes, bumping ice, baby screaming shady till I die. Like I have a paradise, life's crazy, so I live it till the fullest, till I'm Swayze and you only live it once. So I'm thinking about this nice land. Wait, don't stop me now before I get on a roll. Let me tell you what this pretty little dame's name is, cause she's kind of famous, and I hope that I don't sound too heinous when I say this. Nicki Minaj, what I wanna stick my penis in your anus. You morons think that I'm a genius, really I belong inside a dang insane asylum. Can't try them trailer parks crazy, I am back and I am razor sharp, baby in this back with a capital B with an exclamation mark. Maybe you should listen when I rip the linguistics, cause when I rip this mystical slick shit, you don't wanna become another victim or statistic of this shit, cause after I spit the bullets, I'ma treat these shell cakes things like a soccer ball. I'ma kick the ballistics, so get this dick, I'ma live this
Life in the fast lane, moving at the speed of life and I can't slow down. Only got a gallon in the gas tank, but I'm almost at the finish line, so I can't stop now. I don't really know where I'm headed, just enjoying the ride. And roll till I drop and ride till I die. Living life in the fast lane, living life in the fast lane. Yeah.
Okay. So there's a lot here.
So yeah, like I said, I obviously know this song for
Yeah.
sure.
All right. Oh, fuck, there's so much to go through.
I feel like the other song was way much more to go
The other one
through.
was more complex, and
Like way more.
I know this song even more than I know the Welcome to Hell. So I know a lot of this, but there's a lot going on here that some of it I don't even know if I completely understand. So we'll see.
Okay.
All right. So Roy starts off in the first verse. He literally says, first verse, uh, I'm on till I'm on an island. My life is riding on the autobahn on autopilot. Before I touch dirt, I'll kill you with kindness. I'll kill you. And then he continues the bars, whatever.
So I get everything, but what does I'm on till I'm on an island
So
mean?
so yes, all right. So obviously the first verse is just coming in, right? This is how the song's starting. It's actually pretty funny that he's just saying that. And then when he says I'm on till I'm on an island, I think he's saying like he's moving ahead, pushing forward until he literally is on an island, like he either owns an island or he's vacationing on an island. So he's like pushing forward, like
Okay.
rapping, right? Because then the next line is my life's riding on the autobahn on autopilot.
Which is in Germany.
Yeah, which there's no speed limit.
Yeah.
So the name of the song's Fast Lane, right? So that kind of gives a little context to it. So he's riding on the Autobahn on autopilot. So there's no speed limit and he's just going. So he's just moving forward, right? So that kind of shades the line before of him, I'm on it till I'm on an island, meaning like I'm
So
just going
he's
to
gonna just keep doing it till he's like wealthy enough to either like
own an
own an
island.
island or something like
Exactly.
that.
Yes. And then before I touch dirt, I'll kill you with kindness.
So
So
before he dies.
yeah, he's going to kill you with kindness.
Okay.
And
That's
then
nice.
and then he says, "I'll kill you. My natural persona is much worse." All right, so we'll just do that little line because then the next scheme's pretty long. So yeah, he says, "I'll kill you with kindness," and then he just says, "I'll kill you," which is interesting.
Yeah.
And then my natural persona is much worse. So when he says my natural persona, it's like, is he saying that killing with you with kindness is
He's not he has to force to be kind. Like he's not
maybe,
naturally a nice
yeah,
person.
like he'll kill you with kindness, but it's in his natural persona to just actually kill you. You know what I mean? I think
Yeah.
I think that's what he's implying. It's interesting. Royce is actually more difficult for me to interpret than Eminem, even though Eminem tends to be like very complex. Sometimes I have trouble with Royce. I don't know why. All right, so this is a cool scheme here. He says, "You've been warned if you've been born, or if you conform." So they messed up. It says conform, like
Like
conform.
conform, like
Yeah.
conformity.
Yes.
So you've been warned if you exist, if you have a pulse and you're breathing,
Yes.
and if you conform to like the masses.
Yeah. So I think he's referring to like other rappers, right? Who are like in the industry and they're just
Oh yeah.
like,
Oh jeez.
they're just like conforming to like whatever's popular, you know what I mean? Like not real MCs. I think that's who he's referring to. So then this is interesting. I don't know if he's saying that he's doing this or if he's telling other people. Okay, so he says, slap up a cop and then snatch him out of his uniform, leave him with his socks, hard bottoms, and bloomers on, and hang him by his balls from the horn of a unicorn.
So that's just like a funny thing, but I think it's self-explanatory,
And it's
right?
very good, like rhyming. It's good.
Yeah.
So yeah, do you interpret this as him saying, "You've been warned if you've been born if you conform, slap up a cop"? So do you interpret that as he's telling them to go do that?
No, no, no.
Like
I
if
think
you're
he's
so
saying
tough,
he'll do
he's gonna
that.
do that.
Like he'll do that. I think it's like kind of like another thought. It's like a new thought.
It
Like that
could
thought
be.
ended. This is a new thought, and this is he's just saying like crazy shit he'll do.
Yeah, it sounds like that because they are, Royce, when he's with Eminem, they kind of both go into like that horrorcore genre a little, you know what I mean? Of like the wild stuff. Okay, hard bottoms, do you know what he's referring to there? So bloomers are underwear, right? So
His shoes,
do you think the hard bottoms are the shoes? Socks, shoes, and underwear. That makes sense. So yeah, he's gonna slap,
unless he's got like something on his booty.
yeah, he's gonna strip him naked, and then he just has socks, hard bottoms, and bloomers. And then hanging hang him by his balls from the horn of a unicorn. It's very funny. The
God.
music video is funny for this. I don't know if you ever saw it, but it's them like they're kind of just like in a warehouse rapping, but they put like really like cool like animation to like show their rhymes. So
Oh,
you
that's
actually
pretty
see a
cool.
cop hanging by, an animated cop hanging on a unicorn. Yeah, it's funny. Right. He says, "Your dude's intellect mad slow. Your fags know. Claiming you bangin', you flamin'. Bet you could light your own cigarette with your asshole. Me and Shady did the past so that basically resurrected my cash flow."
So he's basically saying that you're slow, as in like
Hmm.
stupid,
And you
and
know that you are.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's calling them fags, meaning like,
Gay.
yeah, because usually you say like like
A flaming
a flaming,
fag. Yeah.
yeah,
So that's what he's playing on. And
yeah,
he says, claiming you banging. So, like, like gang banging or
yeah.
whatever. And he's like, you're not gang banging, you're flaming.
And then like flames out your butthole can light a cigarette. So like that kind of goes along with like the whole fag
Yeah,
thing.
scheme. And
Yeah.
then he uses the flame, like, to be a literal flame to light the cigarette, like you said. And then this is a cool line. Me and Shady did the past, so that basically resurrected my cash flow. So for when Eminem first got on, Royce was like with him. Like Royce was like, I don't remember if he was signed to Dr. Dre in Aftermath, but he was like writing on Dr. Dre's album. He was like touring with Eminem, and then they had a falling out.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they didn't talk for years. I don't remember if the implication was in the 8 Mile movie, if the dude that fucked him over and like had sex with this girl. I don't remember if that was supposed to be Royce or
Oh my
not.
god.
But that wasn't what the beef about was in real life. Royce had
Because
a
that girl wasn't even real, right? She wasn't based on anybody.
no, so it's a mix of like, his life, but then also just like a made up story for
Yeah.
Hollywood.
Because there was a Kim in there, like a girl who was supposed to be Kim, but like
Something.
she wasn't in there much. It wasn't Brittany Murphy though.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm trying to see. I have Lyric Genius open. I think they're going to reference the line in here. Of course, it's not working. So there was, yeah, for some reason it's not working. Anyway,
You could use my
I
phone.
vaguely remember what the line is. I don't remember the exact. So Eminem, when he got on, he was on the Anger Management tour, right? And that was the name of the tour. Like it was him and a bunch of other like rappers and stuff. Royce had a mixtape line where he says, "Fuck anger management. I'm trying to manage my anger." So like a play on that, and Eminem interpreted it as a diss towards him, and Royce, I think, was claiming no. You know what I mean? But that was the origin of it. That was their beef.
Interesting.
Yes.
That's kind of stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is.
So this is the reference. Me and Shady deaded the past, so that basically resurrected my cash flow. So they
So like
made up.
he knows teaming up with him again is what brought him back up.
Oh yeah, exactly. There's another reference in, I don't know if it's in Lighters. There's a reference of like Royce has a line in the song where he talks about like apparently Royce was spotted at a Yankee game with Eminem and Jay-Z. And so like so Royce is not only with Eminem now, he sees Jay-Z, and then everybody's like hitting him up and stuff, you know what I mean? So
Because they want like a piece of what's going on in his life.
yeah, so it made Royce even more popular
Well,
and
that's
a lot
good.
more richer. Yeah. All right. So then he continues. Oh no, I totally skipped a line. Basically resurrecting my cash flow.
We're here.
Yeah, all right. I was confused. He says, I might rap tight as the snatch of a fat dyke, though I ain't rapped tight. My blood type's the 80s. My 90s was like the Navy. You was like the Brady's. You still fly kites daily.
So I might wrap tight.
As
So
the
saying
snatch.
that like a large girl's vagina is
Specifically a
it
dyke,
can wrap tight,
like a
like it
lesbian.
can grab tight. I don't
So,
get it.
so the implication is a fat dyke. So literally, she's fat and she's a lesbian. So she has probably have a very tight vagina. That's the implication,
Uh,
right? So he's like, he means tight, like tight wraps, but right. But then the next line is though I ain't wrapped tight. So if they say someone's like wrapped tight, it's like usually
wound up,
yeah, like
like
high strung and like
yeah.
very nervous or whatever. So he said I ain't
I
wrapped
can't
tight.
deal with those people.
And then he says, though I ain't rap type, my blood type's the 80s. So I think he's talking about like the decade. You know what I mean? Like he grew up in the 80s, like in that time. If I'm not mistaken, like even the imagery in the video, they have like 80s colored, like 80s like clothing on and like fashion, you know what I mean? So I think that's what he's referring to. And then he says, my 90s was like the Navy, you was like the Brady's. So I don't know. So I don't know if he's saying like when he was in the 90s, he was effectively like at war. You know what I mean? Like military.
Okay.
And then you had like the Brady Bunch, right? So you had like this happy
Yeah, like you were
90s.
happy, uncaring, like life was good for you.
I was on some military shit, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then you still fly kites daily. I don't know if that's a reference to this. So this it can mean a few things. This is like one of the lines I was referring to. Like I don't exactly know. Um, so it could be as simple as you're like a child. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah,
flying
like
kites.
literally flying kites or like
So
figuratively.
kites is like it's like jail slang, like letters and shit. Like they know
Oh,
refer to them as kites, but I don't. So I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know if he's referencing that or if he's just saying you're like a child, or the flying kites might literally just go with like the Brady Bunch. You know what I mean? Like you're
That's true.
childish, like this good natured shit. Okay. Then Eminem comes in for his first verse. He says, "Catch me in my Mercedes, bumping ice, ice, baby, screaming shady till I die, like half a pair of dice. Life's crazy." So this is very funny. But so yeah,
So he's listening to Vanilla Ice.
so this is interesting. At this point, this might have been the first time I've ever heard Eminem rap about like material things, and he's doing it tongue in cheek. You know what I mean? He's like, "Catch me in my Mercedes, bumping ice, ice, baby." You know what I'm saying? It's like very like funny because
Yeah, because
he
that wouldn't happen.
he never really raps like that. And then screaming shady till I die, like half a pair of dice. So die is the singular.
Die.
Yeah, the singular of
Got it.
dice. So if you had one,
Dice, it's a die.
yes. So that's cool. He says, "So I live it to the so I live it to the fullest till I'm Swayze, and you only live it once. So I'm thinking about this nice, nice lady. Wait, no, stop me now, for I get on a roll." And then
When
it's
he says
Danish is the
Danish?
yes is
Okay.
the ad lib.
Okay. And Swayze. Is he talking about like Patrick Swayze?
Yeah, so that's a reference to Ghost. I don't know if Biggie was the first one to use that, but that's who I remember it first. Biggie had a line, about saying using the phrase Swayze, and it's a reference to his role in the movie Ghost. So I'm living life to the fullest till I'm ghost, till I'm gone, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. I
yeah.
get it.
And
Because
then
I never saw Ghost, so I wasn't sure if it was like just like a Ghost reference or like a
yeah,
movie,
yeah.
something about the movie.
Yeah, so typically when you hear Swayze, well now it just people probably don't even know the origin of it. They just know if you hear the word Swayze, it's like I'm out. You know what I mean?
I
People
didn't
probably
know that.
people probably don't even know the
The origin.
yeah. Okay, and then yeah. So and you only live life once. So he's thinking about this nice lady, and then he's saying, "Wait, stop me before I get on a roll," because he's like, "I'm about to say some really explicit shit about this lady I'm thinking about." And then he does the bar of, well, he says, "Stop me before I get on a roll," and then you hear Danish, so like
Because
Danish
Danish is
roll,
like a type of roll.
yeah, which is very funny. All right, then he says, "Let me tell you what this pretty little dame's name is, 'cause she's kind of famous, and I hope that I don't sound too heinous when I say this. Nicki Minaj, but I want to stick my penis in your anus." I mean, there's nothing to break down there. That's just
No.
straightforward. But
But it's funny, penis and Uranus rhymes.
yes, and that's why he was saying, "You better
And heinous.
stop me before I get on a roll, because I'm about to say about this dame I've been thinking about," which is funny.
This tape.
Yeah. Um,
We love Nikki.
yeah, for sure. Okay, then he continues. He says, "You morons think that I'm a genius. Really, I belong inside a dang insane asylum." Clean them? That doesn't sound right. Really, I belong inside a dang insane asylum. Came to drive them trailer parks crazy. Clean
Right.
into. Yeah, so he's saying he came to
We'll
the.
try them
I
trailer
know.
parks.
So he came to to drive them trailer parks crazy. So, he's here for the white trash people. Then he says, "I am back and I am razor sharp, baby." And that's back with a capital B with an exclamation mark. "Maybe you should listen when I flip the linguistics, because I'm gonna rip this mystical slick shit." Okay, so we'll just do the first part first. He's saying he's back and he's razor sharp, and then when he says he's back, it's with a capital B and an exclamation mark,
Yep.
just emphasizing it. And then okay, so he does this cool scheme here. "Maybe you should listen when I flip the linguistics." So linguistics are, the speaking, the
Yeah.
spoken word, right? Because I'm gonna rip this mystical slick shit. You don't want to become another victim or statistic of this shit. Because after I spit the bullets, I'm gonna treat these shell casings like a soccer ball. I'm gonna kick the ballistics. So get this dick. I'm gonna live. I don't know if it's live this. I think he says, oh yeah, I'm gonna live this. That is what he says.
So, oh.
So yeah, he does this scheme about when I flip the linguistics, right? Mystical slick. So he's just talking about his rap, right? And you're going to become another victim, a statistic. He's going to kill you with that. And then he explains how you're going to die is because after he spits these bullets. So we've seen this imagery before from him. You know, his bullets are his bars, but then he keeps the bullet reference, and I'm gonna treat these shell casings like a soccer ball. So you shoot the bullet, the shell casings drop, right? And then he says, I'm gonna kick the ballistics.
So, like, you kick a soccer ball and then, like, kicking the bullets. Because, like, the ballistics is, like, the bullets.
Yeah, ballistics is
But then he's also saying, like, he's gonna go rap really hard.
yes, and then that's how it's gonna kill you. The bars are bullets, and then the soccer ball is like a ball. I'm gonna kick the ballistics, but ballistics is
Yes.
the study of projectiles, right? Isn't that what
We could
ballistics
just go
actually
with
is?
bullets. We don't need to get too crazy, but yeah.
And then kick the ballistics is a thing you've heard in like hip hop since like the 80s. Like, oh, I'm about to kick the ballistics, right? So he's doing this clever. He's bringing that phrase in and then creating all
Yeah.
this imagery around. And then he says, "So get this dick, I'm gonna live." Okay, then we get to the chorus, which is, I believe it's Sly Jordan. I don't think that's the same Sly that's Sly Piper, the other one. So Sly Jordan, not really sure who he is. He has the chorus, which is, I'm living life in the fast lane, moving at the speed of life, and I can't slow down.
Is that the speed of light?
Yeah, it's life.
Interesting.
Hmm.
I feel like it would be better if it were light, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Because he says life twice. It's like, it's a lot.
Yeah. And I can't slow down. Only got a gallon in the gas tank, but I'm almost at the finish line, so I can't stop now. So yeah, this is like we were talking about at the beginning of the Royce's verse. He's just moving right, just straight ahead in the fast lane, moving quickly through life. So he's moving at the speed of life. So I guess, life goes quick.
Yeah.
And then you only got a gallon left, right?
So he's almost done.
But you're almost at the finish line, so you can't stop. I don't really know where I'm headed, just enjoying the ride. Gonna roll till I drop and ride till I die.
So he's just going to keep going.
Yeah. And they're not sure where, but just appreciating it and keep going. I'm living life in the fast lane, pedal to the metal. Living life in the fast lane, pedal to the metal. All right. So they have like 2 verses each. I think we'll just play the rest of the song out.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, here we go.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, my whole goal as a poet's to be relaxed in orbit at war with a bottle as Captain Morgan attacks my organs. My slow flow is euphoric, it's like I rap endorphins. I made a pact with the devil that says I'll let you take me, you let me take a shovel, dig up the corpse of Jack Kevorkian. Go back and forth and more beef than you can pack a fork in. I'm living the life of the infinite enemy down. My tenement chimney now, the semi-serenity pile, spin them around, entering in the vicinity.
Now it's called him in, but he threw away the candy and ate the rap. I chewed him up and spitted him out. Gurkity up, now get down. He's looking around this club and it looks like people are having a shit fit now. Yeah, little trailer trash, take a look who's back and tip the town. Did I assist this not a motherfucker? Fuck them all, he's just the whole motherfucking wall. I'll get it down every time he comes up round. And he came to the club tonight with 5'9" to hold this bitch down. Like a motherfucking chick in a war, he's trying to trick to drown. Shorty, when you dance, you got me captivated. Just by the way that you keep licking them dicks like a lips, I'm agitated, aggravated. To the point you don't suck my dick, then you're gonna get decapitated. Other words, you don't fucking give me head, then I'ma have to take it.
And after taking that, I'ma catch a case, it's gonna be fascinating. This gonna say the whole rap game passed away on top of the affidavit. Graduated from master debater / massive masturbator to Michael Jackson's activator. Meaning I'm on fire off the top, might wanna back up data. Rolling over hip hop in a verbal tractor trailer. Homie, they sick, you can normally ask a hater. Don't it make sense? These shell cases, it's just like a bag of paper dropped in the lap of a tax evader. Homie, they spit.
And I make that ass drop like a sack of potatoes. What girl, I'm the crackulator, percolator. This party, be my penis ejaculator later. Tell your boyfriend that you just struck pay, that you're rolling with a player. You won't be exaggerating when you say it. Living
life in the fast lane, moving at the speed of life, and I can't slow down. Only got a gallon in the gas tank, but I'm almost at the finish line, so I can't stop now. I don't really know where I'm headed, just enjoying the ride. Let's go till I drop and ride till I die. I'm living life in the fast lane, to the metal. Life in the fast lane, to the metal.
the lyrics
Sorry, I'm so tired today.
the lyrics are really messed up in this video.
Yeah, they were
Like
funny.
very, very bad. The first half
Just
it
read it
was
from your phone.
yeah, the first half was pretty fine. I
You
don't
must have
know.
got lazy as they were
I
making
don't
the video.
yeah, I don't know what the hell happened. All right, so Royce comes in. He has the third verse. He says, my whole goal as a poet's to be relaxed in orbit, at war with a bottle, um, as Captain Morgan attacks my organs.
Okay.
So his whole goal as a poet is to be relaxed in orbit.
So just like relax as he's doing his thing, right?
So when he says in orbit, I don't know if he means like literally in space. I feel like that's the imagery they use in the video too. I don't remember. I haven't seen it.
Probably.
I guess just chilling, right? And then he says, at war with a bottle as Captain Morgan attacks my organs.
So it's
So
about like alcohol.
getting drunk and
Yeah.
messed up. It's interesting because he got sober
Yeah.
after he hooked up with Eminem again. So I don't know if he was sober here or not. Interesting.
Um,
All right. Then he continues. He says, my slow flow is euphoric. It's like I rap endorphins. I made a pact with the devil that says, I'll let you take me. You let me take a shovel, dig up the corpse of Jack Kevorkian. So this is cool. His slow flow is euphoric. It's like I rap endorphins. That's a cool line. The imagery is cool too, right? Like it's so good, his rhyming, that it makes people feel endorphins and they
yeah.
feel euphoric. And then he says he made a pact with the devil, and he told the devil that the devil can take him if the devil lets him take a shovel and dig up the corpse of Jack Kevorkian.
What
So
is that again?
he's Dr. Death, the guy that they was doing assisted suicides.
Oh
And they kept
yeah.
arresting him and then, all that. So he doesn't really explain what he wants to do with the corpse of Jack Kevorkian. I guess it's left up to interpretation.
Yeah. Probably just have some fun with them.
Yeah. Then he says, go back and forth and more beef than you can pack a fork in.
So a lot of beef.
Yeah, so going back and forth in it has it as one word, so like back and forth in. And then more beef, yeah. So a lot of beef. All right. So this is where it starts to get weird. I'm living the life of the infinite enemy down. My tenement chimney now. The semi's the remedy. Pow. Spin him around. Enter in the vicinity now. Okay, so he's living the life of the infinite enemy. So he's
Like
just,
just like a bad guy, like a villain.
yeah. Then he says, down my tenement chimney now.
Like Santa?
It sounds like that. So your tenement's like an apartment, or, like a project building. So down my tenement chimney now. So yeah, I don't know what that's referencing. I don't know if he's saying somebody's coming in his or he's doing that. And then he says the semi's the remedy, pow. So like a semi-automatic gun is the remedy,
Hmm.
pow. So shooting and then spin him around, enter in the vicinity now. So he's spinning him around with the shot, and then the vicinity. I don't know if he's talking about the vicinity of the crime. Again,
Yeah.
this is like the stuff I was referring to. Like I'm not sure exactly what he's saying.
Yeah, it's very complex.
Either way. So then Eminem comes in. So they're doing a little bit similar to Welcome to Hell, where the first verses are pretty long and then they get a little shorter and then they're rapping off each other. So Eminem says, was called Eminem, but he threw away the candy and ate the wrapper, chewed him up, and spitted him out.
That's so funny. That reminds me. Do you remember when everyone used to say the stride wrapper was edible?
Yes, I do.
I don't think it ever was.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm pretty sure it wasn't.
I think it's edible in the sense that like you can eat it and nothing bad will happen
I
to
mean, you
you,
can eat a
but
lot of things and nothing bad'll happen. Like you
yeah.
can eat a fucking piece of parchment paper and you'll be fine. But like,
Yeah.
is it really? Is it meant for that? No.
Yeah, so he does this clever thing where he says was called Eminem, but he threw away the candy and ate the wrapper. So he's invoking the image of like M&Ms, like the candy
Yeah.
M&Ms, and then he says he threw the candy, then he ate the wrapper.
But also, he like ate the wrapper that he
Exactly,
was going
double
against.
entendre, yeah,
Yeah.
and then chewed him up and spit him out.
Yeah.
Then he says, "Girl, giddy up now, get down."
So it's kind of like a horse scheme because you say like get and like giddy up.
Yes, and get down. It's yeah, like a hoedown type like flow too. It's interesting. He's looking around this club, and it looks like the people are having a shit fit now. Yeah, little trailer trash. Take a look who's back in tit tit town. So, I mean, this is straightforward. Giddy up, get on down. He's looking around the club. People are going crazy. Then he says, here, little trailer trash. Take a look who's back in town. Did I stutter, motherfucker? Fuck the mall. He shuts the whole motherfucking Walmart dit down every time he comes round.
He's just a whole motherfucking Walmart.
Yes, that makes no
The lyrics
sense.
in this video are so bad.
So this is obviously a reference to the Drake line. I'm shutting shit down at the mall, right?
Yes.
So he says, fuck the mall. Again, the lyrics are wrong on the screen. He shuts the whole Walmart down. So Eminem's, again, he's embracing his white trash. Like, I shut the Walmart down because that's where I shop. And then he's obviously saying, did I stutter when he literally is stuttering, which is pretty cool. All right. And then he continues. He says, and he came to the club tonight with 5'9" to hold this bitch down. Like a motherfucking chick underwater, he's trying to drown. So that's a clever little thing where he says, him and Royce went to the club to hold shit down, to hold this bitch down specifically. Like, oh, I'm
like
holding it
hold
down.
the place down. Yeah.
And then he does the imagery
Then
like
makes it like a woman,
he's
but
trying
in
to,
water.
by literally holding her down
Yeah.
underwater.
So like, yeah.
Then he says, Shorty, when you dance, you got me captivated. Just by the way that you keep licking them dick sucking lips, I'm agitated, aggravated, to the point you don't suck my dick, then you're going to get decapitated.
Oh my
Other
God.
words, you don't fucking give me head, then I'm going to have to take it.
And yeah, again, they got that really bad.
Yeah, I know. That's the rest of the video. It's all messed up.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is when you dance, you got me captivated. Just by the way you keep licking them dick sucking lips. I'm agitated, aggravated. So, right, he's getting like turned on, but angry, which is very funny.
Which is scary.
Yeah.
That's not good.
And then he says to the point, if you don't suck my dick, then you're going to get decapitated, which is funny. So he's like, I'm going to cut your head off if you don't suck my dick. And then he says, in other words, if you don't fucking give me head, then I'm going to have to take it. It's very clever.
Which is like a double entendre.
Yeah, exactly. All right. And then Royce jumps back in for the fifth and his last verse. He says, and then after taking that, I'm going to catch a case. It's going to be fascinating. Okay. Yeah. It's going to say the whole rap game passed away on top of the affidavit. So yeah, he's finishing Eminem's story, right? Decapitating. He's like, after that, I'm going to catch a case. It's going to be fascinating, right? So he's saying, I guess he's doing the same thing, right? And then it's going to say the whole rap game passed away on top of the affidavit. So the affidavit is like the criminal complaint, like in like from like cops and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's going to say, oh, there's an affidavit relating to Royce because he killed the whole rap game, right? They all passed away. Then he says, graduated from master debater slash massive masturbator to Michael Jackson's activator, meaning I'm on fire off the top, sorry. Might want to back up data.
Okay.
So he was a master debater and a massive masturbator, which is funny. And then he says, so he graduated from that to Michael Jackson's activator, meaning I'm on fire off the top. So you remember the story, the Pepsi commercial, Michael Jackson was filming and his hair caught on fire.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it's a big story and he got all burned up and shit.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, so like hair activator, right? So he says like to Michael Jackson's activator. So like hair activator, that shit, he was like Jerry curl, like, it caught on fire. And that's why he says, meaning I'm on fire off the top. So the top of your head's on fire, but also freestyling off the top of your head, he's on fire. And then he says, might want to back up data.
Okay.
So you might want to back shit up because he's causing a fire, right? And then he continues, running over hip hop in a verbal tractor trailer. Homie, they sick. You could normally ask a hater. Don't it make sense? Okay, so yeah, he's a verbal tractor trailer running over everybody. This is sick. You can normally ask a hater. Don't it make sense that these shell casings is just like a bag of paper dropped in the lap of a tax evader? Homie, they spent. Okay. Oh, okay, got it.
So the shell casings are spent.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. These are shell casings, just like a bag of paper dropped in the lap of a tax evader. So yeah, he's spending it.
Yeah.
Exactly. The money. I was trying to figure out the tax evader part. It's like, yeah, he's spending the money, obviously. All right. Now, Eminem comes in for the sixth, very short and final verse. And he's continuing the rhyme scheme too, you know what I mean? They're like kind of using the same syllables kind of that they're rhyming. And then he says, Eminem says, now make that ass drop like a sack of potatoes. And it's funny that ad lib is what? Which is funny. Girl, I'm the crackulator, percolator of this party. Be my penis ejaculator later. Okay, so make that ass drop like a sack of potatoes, which is just funny
This was
imagery.
like heavy, drops heavy if you drop a sack of potatoes.
Yeah, and then he says, girl, I'm the crackulator, percolator of this party. So the crackulator,
Like he's getting the party going. Like
yeah,
he's like
percolator, like,
the what is the life of the party?
yes, the crackulator is funny because I think it's just a reference of him being white, like a cracker. You know what I mean? Was like the reference. And then, yeah, no, the next line is, be my penis ejaculator later.
So like he wants to sleep with her.
Yeah, exactly. Later.
Or just like do stuff.
Yes. And then he says, tell your boyfriend that you just struck pay dirt. You rolling with the player. You won't be exaggerating when you say you're living. And then it goes into the chorus. So yeah, tell your boyfriend you struck pay dirt, right? You're going to be living life in the fast lane because you would be if you're with him, he's saying.
Yeah.
And then it's just the chorus twice.
That's it.
Yes.
Hey.
All right. Fast lane.
It's a really good song. I've known this song since it was on the radio, since it came out. Like, I really like it. Yeah, it's just a really good song overall. It's got a lot of interesting bars in there. It's interesting how complex it is.
I know it sounds like it's just a straightforward song, but it's not. Anytime they're together, it's very like a lot. And again, there's even a few words or lines that I'm not clear, mostly with Royce on this song. I'm like, I don't know exactly what's being said here.
Yeah, or like the meaning really.
Yeah, like I get the overall theme, I get what he's getting at, but like the specific line, I'm like, what does that line mean? You know what I mean? Or that
Yeah.
word. Yeah. It's interesting. But yeah, this is great. This is, I don't know, a classic song. It was a big hit, you know what I mean? It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely check out Carnivore Snacks, SeatGeek, like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys soon.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.